Back reading the Quran. We're in Surah 59, and it's called Hashr, or the gathering or banishment. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Then you can say, A'udhu billah mina shaitan al rajim. And oh, by the way, family, I want you all to know I always do wudu, or I think it's called ghusl, where you take a full shower before I read the Quran. I just want to specify that. I always make sure I'm trying to do my best to follow the rules. Learning every day, right? Okay. Verse sign 1. Whatever is in the heavens and on earth, let it declare the praises and glory of Allah. For He is the exalted in might, the wise. It is He who got out the unbelievers among the people of the book from their homes at the first gathering of the forces. Little did ye think that they would get out, and they thought that their fortresses would defend them from Allah. But the wrath of Allah came to them from the quarters from which they little expected it, and cast terror into their hearts, so that they destroyed their dwellings by their own hands and the hands of the believers. Take warning, then, O ye with eyes to see. And had it not been that Allah had decreed banishment for them, He would certainly have punished them in this world, and in the hereafter. They shall certainly have the punishment of the fire. That is because they resisted Allah and His Apostle. And if anyone resists Allah, verily Allah is severe in punishment. Whether ye cut down, O ye Muslims, the tender palm trees, or ye left them standing on their roots, it was by leave of Allah, and in order that He might cover with shame the rebellious transgressors. What Allah has bestowed on His Apostle and taken away from them, for this ye made no expedition with either cavalry or camelry. But Allah gives power to His Apostles over any He pleases, and Allah has power over all things. What Allah has bestowed on His Apostle and taken away from the people of the townships belongs to Allah, to His Apostle, and to kindred and orphans, the needy and the wayfarer, in order that it may not merely make a circuit between the wealthy among you. Hey, look. It's so that to the orphans, the needy, the wayfarer, that it won't just circulate between the wealthy among you. Oh, so take what the apostle assigns to you, and deny yourselves that which he withholds from you, and fear Allah, for Allah is strict in punishment. Some part is due to the indigent muhajirs, those who were expelled from their homes and their property, while seeking grace from Allah and His good pleasure, and aiding Allah and His Apostle. Such are indeed the sincere ones. But those who before them had homes in Medina and had adopted the faith, showed their affection to such as came to them for refuge, and entertained no desire in their hearts for the things given to the latter, but give them preference over themselves, even though poverty was their own lot. And those saved from the covetousness of their own souls, they are the ones that achieve prosperity. Saved from the covetousness of their own souls. Kind of makes you think that the soul inherently has that essence to it, then. Which I think it kind of does, right? And those who came after them say, Our Lord, forgive us and our brethren who came before us in the faith, and leave not in our hearts rancor or sense of injury against those who have believed. Our Lord, thou art indeed full of kindness, most merciful. Hast thou not observed the hypocrites say to their misbelieving brethren among the people of the book, If ye are expelled, we too will go out with you, and we will never hearken to any one in your affair. If ye are attacked in fight, we will help you. But Allah is witness that they are indeed liars. If they are expelled, never will they go out with them. If they are attacked in fight, they will never help them. And if they do help them, they will turn their back, so they will receive no help. You know what's interesting? This reminds me of the history of the Native Americans when they used to make deals with the colonizer whites. Here it's religious, right? The unbelievers, right? They're not gonna really be your allies. They will just fake it and they'll constantly break it. It's really interesting because it's like it's warning you, like, just be careful and have a backup plan and don't depend just on those people as allies to succeed in your mission, right? Don't be too gullible. Just be aware. I keep thinking of that now. Of a truth ye are stronger than they because of the terror in their hearts sent by Allah, this because they are men devoid of understanding. So, of a truth ye are stronger than they because of the terror in their hearts sent by Allah, this is because they are men devoid of understanding. Devoid of understanding. I know what it means in the Quranic void of, the Quranic mode of understanding, but I think understanding in general, right, seeking knowledge, could also apply to that. They will not fight you even together, except in fortified townships, or from behind walls. Strong is their fighting spirit amongst themselves. Thou wouldst think they were united, but their hearts are divided. I'm pretty sure it's talking about the Quraysh at this moment, but oftentimes places can look like they're united, but within the bosom a divided heart does abide. That is because they are a people devoid of wisdom. Like those who lately precede them, they have tasted the evil result of their conduct, and in the hereafter here is for them a grievous penalty. And their allies deceive them, like the evil one, when he says to man, deny Allah. But when man denies Allah, the evil one says, I am free of thee, I do fear Allah, the Lord of the worlds. It's like the ultimate trickster, like, man, that's really unique. It's just like, he got you to say, deny your Lord. You do it, you feel cocky, you feel arrogant, you do it. And then, when you turn to him and you think he's got your back because he's given you, or maybe given you this false idea of, like, thinking that you've gained some type of favor with Shaitan or Satan, Iblis, and it's not true. Again, this verse is repeated throughout in the beginning. I remember we've seen it before, but I still like the essence of that. It's like, because think about allies. It's talking about allies here, right? And then here he gives you, like, this spiritual ally that it's like your enemy. He's not really your ally. So you got the spiritual illusion of an ally and the actual physical world illusion of an ally. The end of both will be that they will go into the fire, dwelling therein forever. Such is the reward of the wrongdoers. O ye who believe, fear Allah, and let every soul look to what provision he has sent forth for the morrow. Yea, fear Allah, for Allah is well acquainted with all that ye do. And be ye not like those who forgot Allah, and he made them forget their own souls. Such are the rebellious transgressors. Not equal are the companions of the fire and the companions of the garden. It is the companions of the garden that will achieve felicity. Had we sent down this Qur'an on a mountain, verily thou wouldst have seen it humble itself and cleave asunder for fear of Allah. Such are the similitudes which we propound to men, that they may reflect. So even a mountain would bend down. A lot of religions talk about mountains. Allah is He than whom there is no other God, who knows all things, both secret and open. He, most gracious, most merciful. Allah is He than whom there is no other God, the Sovereign, the Holy One, the source of peace and perfection. Oh, here we go into the titles. The guardian of faith, the preserver of safety, the exalted in might, the irresistible, the supreme. Glory to Allah, high is He above the partners they attribute to Him. He is Allah, the Creator, the evolver, the bestower of forms or colors. To him belong the most beautiful names. Whatever is in the heavens and on earth doth declare his praise and glory, and he is the exalted might, the wise. Oh, that's really cool. We like to give these type of titles to earthly leaders, and we get really impressed. Like our resumes are all filled with titles of like, I did this, 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 and that. And it's almost like we try to mimic this type of titleship. But it's like, in the Quran, it's very, very unique how there's a lot of titles for a lot of names, right? Attributes, essences, stuff like that. Maybe we should start just looking at his titles. I say his just like because it's easier to say than he, she, right? But I know Allah's not a person or doesn't have a gender. But for example, all the titles, like the really noble titles above them, we should get impressed with those titles. We should stop getting impressed with like earthly titles because we think it means wisdom, but sometimes it can just mean you licked the right boot. Like when we hear CEO or CFO, we get more impressed. We hear general manager, we hear assistant to the regional manager. We hear these titles and we get really impressed. But look, do we get as impressed when we hear all these titles of God? Right? We should get more impressed with that, I think. Or do you think, fam?